Once upon a time, in a quaint and bustling kingdom called Rowan, there lived a kind-hearted young woman named Jessica. She wasn't a princess by birth, but her spirit shone as bright as any royal, with a voice that could lift the hearts of those who heard it. She often found herself dreaming of a love as timeless as the tales she had grown up adoring, stories of enchantment, castles and magic that always promised a happily ever after. One day, as if the stars above had woven their destinies together, Jessica crossed paths with a charming young knight named Evan. He had a smile as quick as his wit, and a knack for finding joy even in the most unexpected places. Where Jessica brought melody, Evan brought laughter, and together they filled the halls of Rowan with a kind of magic that could not be seen, only felt. The days turned to years, and though Jessica's life was far from the tale of a princess locked away in a tower, she and Evan often faced trials that tested their courage. By day, they dedicated themselves to guiding young hearts who faced their own dragons, using kindness and patience as their swords. And by night, they returned to their small, cozy home, where their loyal companion, Walter, an orange-furred guardian as wise as he was playful, awaited their company. Yet, deep within her heart, Jessica longed for a moment that felt like it came from the pages of a storybook. It was a desire she hardly dared to voice, even to herself. But little did she know, Evan had his own plan, a plan that began to take shape in a most magical land, Disney. There, amidst the castles and sparkling lights, he prepared for the most important question he would ever ask. On a starlit night, with all the magic of the kingdom around them, Evan took Jessica's hand, and time seemed to stand still. He knelt before her, not as a knight before a princess, but as a man before the love of his life, and asked if she would join him in writing the next chapter of their story together. In that moment, the fireworks overhead seemed to echo the joy that filled her heart. Jessica said, "Yes," and it was as if every wish she had ever whispered had come true all at once. Their love grew, blossoming like the roses that adorn enchanted gardens, and together they prepared for a day when Jessica would finally don her gown and take her place beside Evan in a celebration as grand as any royal ball. That day would be the 26th of October at a place known as Valley Rook, where the air would carry the crisp promise of autumn, and the leaves would dance as if under a spell. The grand hall would be filled with friends and family, and as Jessica entered, her gown flowing like moonlight, it would be as if all eyes could see the magic in her step and the love in her gaze. Evan, waiting at the altar, would behold her with a heart as full as the night he first saw her across the bustling halls of Rowan. Their love was no fairy tale conjured by spells or fairy godmothers. It was a bond forged by shared joys and quiet moments, by laughter and a willingness to believe in each other. As they stood hand in hand, they would pledge their love, not as a princess and a knight, but as two souls who found a love that turned their ordinary days into something truly magical. And so, as the bells rang and the night gave way to stars once more, Jessica and Evan would begin their happily ever after, knowing that it was not just the promise of a magical night that made their story special, but the promise they made to love one another with the same magic each day forward. For in their hearts, the true enchantment was not found in distant kingdoms or grand ballrooms, but in the simple, undeniable joy of choosing each other every day. With all my love and warmest wishes, your cousin, John.